Kyle here from allmediareviews.blogspot.com. Black Friday Record Store Day video. Not a long list of stuff we're looking for. Joyce is here too, but we'll show some, and then I'll just announce right now we never made a second Record Store Day video from the second Record Store Day. We might be able to make another one of those, which will be longer. So we went to two record stores. This not when they opened. It wasn't crowded, but the first one was a Garter Records, a place in St. Paul, right off of University and 280, where we like going. And I'll just start, I guess. I did find one of the two records I was looking for, the King's X, Please Call Me Home, Mr. Bulbous, the record that was supposed to be on the second Record Store Day, but it got held up on a freighter or something like that. So I did get the other two, which I'll talk about in that video, the next video for the Record Store Day. But yeah, this is great to have. First time on vinyl. It's a numbered pressing. It's yellow. This album came out in the year 2000, the age of CD, compact disc. It's yellow. It looks, I don't know if it really looks yellow on here, like a faded yellow. It looks more goldish, I guess, on camera. But being a, longtime King's X fan, this one of the better records. It's number 2. I got number 1239. I can tell you this though, I was afraid, like the other King's X records too, it's a gatefold. I was afraid that this would be hard to come by, to actually find. It would be in limited quantity, but there were a lot of copies of this there. There were a lot of copies of the other store we went to there, so I was not upset about that. A little bit down because I'm wondering if it's not going to be selling like they were anticipated. So out of 2,500 copies. So yeah, I mean, this record's great. I love most of the songs on it. Probably my favorites being like Charlie Sheen, Marshmallow Field, Smudge, but if you like the later King's X, it's one of the records most people enjoy to an extent. So that's the only record I ended up getting at Garda, but Joyce found a couple as well that were for Record Store Day.
Do you want to talk about the record that you did not find?
Yeah, I'll talk about that after we're done with showing them stuff we did find. So.
Finally released, I don't think this is a first time on vinyl, but this is Katie Lang's All You Can Eat. This is my favorite Katie Lang album of all. Technically, I guess this is her third release, at least as a solo artist, because she was with the Reclines. Those are her country, western, tang-infused records. But as a solo artist, this follows right after Ingenue, which of course Ingenue just hit big, had tons of Grammy nominations. Also, this is a collaboration with Ben Mink, who was on Ingenue. Mm-hmm. But I did get to see her tour in support of this album here in Minneapolis. And it's my favorite. And when I say favorite, for me, that's a high standard to reach. That means I don't skip any song that's being, played. I don't pick up the needle. I don't skip to the next song on the CD disc. Doesn't happen. So for me to say that this is in that stratosphere is saying a lot. So.
But I just mentioned Ben Wink. The Rush fans might know because he plays on the song "Losing It" from Signals and some other things involving Rush. But Katie Lang, like Rush, being from Canada, there's the connection and probably how she knows Ben.
Right, and this is supposed to, this is this orange. It is orange, but it states on the cover it's supposed to be orange and yellow tinged. I don't see the yellow. That's fine. It is kind of this tie-dye-ish reflection. I don't know if the camera's really picking up on it or not, but that's fine. It has a lot of great songs. It is not like Ingenue in terms of her vocal performance. She doesn't try to hit those notes that you expect her to hit. She does hold back a little bit, which I actually appreciate. Except for the last song, which is, and I'm going to forget what the last song is, of course. I Want It All, which to me just drips with desire. That song is extremely sultry, and I dare anyone else to come up with a song that could match it. So, glad this finally came out. I think this was supposed to come out earlier, too, on a different record store release. It may have been released either in Canada or the UK, whatever. Being, of course, she is Canadian as well. Yeah, so that may make sense. I think
it might have been 2020, like the Record Store Day 2020.
Could have been. But
and
anyways,
then they found it was like
so
UK only or something.
Happy it's out. I'm glad I own it. Now it's mine. Yay, yay, yay.
Let me just make sure something. Okay, oops.
All right, and the other record store day item I picked up is
At Garter Records.
At Garter. It's Chris Isaak, the Sun Records Beyond the Sun, what he recorded at Sun Records. So this is just an homage to all of his, his idols: Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis. I Can't Help. What is it? I Can't Help Falling in Love with You is on this. Chris Isaak has performed that song live in many of his shows.
Standards and stuff.
Early rock standards. Mm-hmm. Yes. Johnny B. Good's not on here. We're talking, Memphis, Sun Records. So.
When did this record come out originally?
Originally, this was 2011.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty recent. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty recent, addition to his catalog. But I wanted to support Chris Isaak. I know he's currently touring right now. A lot of musicians are getting back on the road as... we've been
Treasure
dealing
Island,
with.
right? He's playing Treasure Island. It's going to be.
I think he's playing Treasure Island in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were not
going
going
to
to
make
go
the trek
see
all
him.
the way down there. We've seen 4 concerts in the last 6
But
weeks. So,
yes, we've seen a lot of
Hopefully he comes
concerts. But he probably will be back. I have no doubt about that.
Well,
I'm just glad that I wanted to get this because it's an important album in his repertoire. So it's glad that I have it on vinyl, which I think is the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to hear it. But that was it. I was supposed to get Hall & Oates.
Well, yeah, we can talk about the Hall & Oates. And the Hall & Oates was the one other main item from Record Store that you wanted, right?
Yes, and the Hall & Oates were numbered. I did notice that. I think I put mine back. Mine was like 66 or something.
Well, they didn't have... See, what happened, they didn't have any copies of Hall & Oates at Agartha. And the other thing I can note is on the previous preview video, the Jackson 5, I think it's a 7-inch, was one of like 50 items or something from Black Friday Record Store Day that got pushed back to different times. It's going to probably come out.
Yes, otherwise I would have
in the
picked up the
spring.
Jackson 5
ABC,
well.
ABC single.
I did not realize, I didn't look closely enough that Thundercat had also put out a release. Fringe fan. I know some of his stuff, but I'm not,
He worked with
huge. I'm not necessarily collecting his,
He won the Progressive Soul Award, or not Progressive, but the
But I figured that
R&B Award.
There are other things that I did pick up that are not Record Store Day release. There are things that I'm awaiting for. I'm awaiting for the Kylie Minogue Disco Extended guest list that's supposed to be with Jessie Ware, Gloria Gaynor, etc., etc. But we can get into that later.
Well, we went and got breakfast after that, and thankfully, like at Agartha, there was not really. I mean, we went to this place called we've been to before, Colossal Cafe in Como, the 2 locations. And I went in there and got a breakfast sandwich in 10 minutes. I mean, even though they were busy, it was great. It's totally anti-stressful crowd environment of normal Record Store Day. So then we went, it's like, well, let's go to Cheapo in St. Paul to see if they might have some of the stuff. The one item I was totally interested besides getting the King's X was the band Saigon Kick put out their second record, The Lizard. And like Agartha, they had a copy or 2, and they flew off the shelf by the time we got there. So I'm still kind of seeking that out. However, and Joyce found some stuff that she was thinking about buying, but didn't. She did find the Hall & Oates, but decided to pass on it.
I did. I mentioned that.
I mentioned that the reason you didn't want to get it is because it was like it's early stuff.
Right, it is early stuff.
Like
it says it's demos. It was pretty much what was recorded early on.
68 to 71.
Right, so. and that's fine. I mean, I love Hall & Oates. I don't think at this point I'm going to be the completist, but that's okay.
Maybe at some point if the price drops or something. I don't know.
Right. I was thinking of picking up Lenny Kravitz's last record that had come out, which had gotten mixed reviews.
2017.
But, I don't know.
It was just vanilla. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't blame you for not getting it. So,
yeah.
So I just, because I was kind of just feeling like lacking, like, well, I'm not going to get Saigon Kick's The Lizard. There were 2 cassette tapes, the Jamie Liddell thing and the Local Natives thing, which they didn't have there either, but we probably
I didn't want a cassette tape. I don't understand the resurgence with cassette tapes. Like,
cassette
I don't
store
get
day,
that. I don't.
The Local Native stuff, it's on YouTube.
I hated
it's all
getting out the
stuff,
pencil and trying to rewind the actual tape that would... No, bad memories. When you see those memes and GIFs online.
It's for collectors' reasons. I mean, I have the Toy Matinee and Thud and a lot of
speaking of Jamie
records
Liddell,
on cassette tape still.
I saw Multiplicity, which is his first album, I think. I believe so. That I saw on vinyl, and I could have snatched that up, but I put it back too. So no Lenny, no Jamie, no Hall & Oates, no Jackson 5 because that got delayed.
So and you had your mind and your eyes on the Kylie Minogue thing coming out soon. Anyways.
Yeah, the Kylie Minogue.
And you bought the Weekend thing, which maybe we'll show another video. So,
yes.
So I did pick up 3 records just that were there. They're recent releases. One being the self-titled. It's only 800 copies, I guess. Saigon Kick album, the one that preceded The Lizard. The one I really want the most is The Devil in the Details, but it's not been issued on vinyl. But with this and with The Lizard coming out, I'm hoping that will come up. But this has a lot of their more popular tracks. Saigon Kick were a sort of a quasi-late post-hair metal band. They dived into sort of Middle Eastern stuff, and I've never talked about them that much, but I do like them a lot. They got associated with like Faith No More and some of those bands. But yeah, I was glad to get this. I can't remember if it's color or not, if it's just standard black. It came out, I think, 89 or 90. It was white, actually, so on Atlantic Records. So yeah, I mean, just kind of, I've been revisiting some of their stuff the last few days and remembering why I like them so much. So I was glad to get this. It wasn't too pricey, but it came out, I guess, in April. Then I ended up just picking up 2 other releases that I knew had come out, but I just wanted to see, because I haven't been to Cheapo or Record Store Day shopping much at all the last few months. So one being...
Well, there's a pandemic still going on.
Yeah, that's partly in just budget and been buying stuff online and, anyway. So I picked up Pain of Salvation, the progressive metal band from Sweden, one of my favorites. Their live album, 12/5, which, again, this is also in limited pressing, but some people consider this is just a standard black. Some people consider this one of their favorites from them because it's live acoustic, and they reinterpreted a lot of the songs from their first 4 records. This is with kind of the quote-unquote classic lineup with Daniel Gilmour and his brother Christopher Gilmour still in the band. But anyway, yeah, especially if you like any of the early Pain of Salvation albums, this one specifically is worth hearing if you never have. I also have a weird association with this record with the death of my grandmother. So I know it came out around that same time in like 2003, 2004. Anyway, so I picked that up a double. Wasn't too pricey. And then the last one was, and I was reading, there were only 900 copies of it. The last, and maybe the final Fates Warning record, so another progressive metal record that I've really not warmed up to entirely, but it came out in 2020 last year. And just because I am kind of a completist and I love the band, I figured, well, if I'm not going to be able to get the other Saigon Kick record, I'll pick up something that I love. And that's kind of the whole meaning of Record Store Day. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess I need to still spend more time with this. But as a whole, I'm glad I was at least able to find this. They had the U2 album Octoon Baby. They wanted almost $50 for it at Cheapo, and they wanted $50 for it. This is a gatefold for the Long Day Good Night. The last song on it's actually called The Last Song. So, again, it might be the final Fates Warning record. But anyways, back to U2. There you can see. They had Octoon Baby, but they wanted $50 for it. So I was just kind of making a choice of, I want to buy one or the other, and so I eventually hope to pick up that record because it's one of my favorite U2 records. So yeah, that was the gist of really Black Friday Record Store Day 2021 for Joyce and I. So, but yeah, maybe we'll try making another video, we'll have a lot more stuff to talk about and show. But just out of curious, what did you get for Black Friday Record Store Day? What didn't you get? What are you looking forward to as far as new albums coming soon? We'd love to hear about it. And what's your take on any of the records we're showing? So, but any parting last words until we move on to the next one?
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I actually showed the Chris Isaak Beyond the Sun. It's just standard black vinyl, so I'll just do that. Really
I was also going to mention one thing about the Katie Lang record you showed. I forgot.
What?
There looks like there's Japanese lettering on it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's because that's the normal cover, or is it a Japanese? Was it?
No, I mean
that's the standard cover for that record. Okay.
Yes, for All You Can Eat to have Japanese.
And when did that record come out in regards to Ingenue? Did it came out before or after Ingenue?
Came out after Ingenue. It's her third. It's her third release.
Third record. Okay.
Yes, so October of '95.
It's a follow-up to Ingenue, to her big record.
Correct, which is why, I mean, to follow up with a big album like that, people are always like, "Oh, not so great," and I don't think it had a lot of critical. Success.
No, but in that sense, it's good to have because it's real for the collectors and the fans. So, anyway, well, thank you for watching. Like I said, chime in with your Black Friday hauls or whatever you might have done on Black Friday. What did you get at the box stores? We'd love to know. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.